Iowa Live.
From the Carl Chevrolet Studios in West Des Moines, welcome to Iowa Live. I am Lou, and it is that time to visit with Dr. Josiah Fitzsimmons from Vero Neuropathy. How are you doing, sir?
Doing great, Lou. Thanks for having me.
Great. Now, we want to talk about neuropathy and how many people it could end up affecting. According to the clevelandclinic.org, am I understanding this correct? Up to 100 million people will end up suffering from neuropathy?
Absolutely. Isn't that astonishing?
That just blows your mind when you think about that many people with this kind of pain. So we really want to know what is going on. What does neuropathy do to the nerves?
You know, fantastic question. Really, at the very cellular level, what's happening is that outer coating around your nerve is deteriorating over time. High levels of inflammation, prolonged high blood sugar levels with diabetes, exposure to toxins, traumas, different injuries that can all deteriorate that outer coating around your nerve. Therefore, the inside of that nerve is exposed to your flesh. Therefore, you have the numbness, tingling, burning sensations that's just affecting your whole entire quality. Then you start to have balance issues. And so there's all different things that can contribute. There's hundreds and hundreds actually diagnosed causes of neuropathy, but at the end of the day, it's a deterioration of that outer coating of your nerve.
And now what happens when that outer coating is gone? The nerves, we have a little animation here to show you the nerves. They just are firing all over the place, and that's where all the intense pain comes from, isn't it?
Exactly. They don't have that nice coating around the nerve. I always explain it just like your electrical charger for your cell phone should have that nice rubber coating around the electrical wires on the inside, and with neuropathy, that coating has been deteriorated. Therefore, you're getting all those electric-like shock, numbness, tingling, burning sensations within your body versus those being insulated in the nerve like they should be.
Okay, now here's the big question. Can this be treated?
Yes, that's
okay.
the biggest thing.
All right, thank you for visiting with us. Nice to see you, Dr. Josiah. No, yes, it can. Tell us about that.
No, I mean, it's a great question, Lou, because so many people have been told for decades and decades. I mean, a lot of people come into our office, they've been told 20, 30 years, there's just nothing you can do with your neuropathy. You just have to live with it. You just need to suffer through it. You maybe take these medications, gabapentin, Lyrica, Cymbalta, maybe even dangerous opioids just to mask the symptoms. But at the end of the day, that's all they're doing is just short-term relief, not doing anything long-term correction. But that's where we're different. That's what we focus on, is getting this corrected for good.
Because people could end up in walkers, or they could end up in wheelchairs. And here's a little what we're talking about here. And you don't want this. You don't want to end up having to use a walker. You don't want to end up having to be in a wheelchair.
Absolutely. When you have that outer coating around your nerve gone, that's really start to have a dramatic effect on your balance. And that's when really people can become even more dangerous. You know, balance issues can turn into falls, and that can turn into even larger problems at the end of the day. So we got to get in there. We got to start doing something about it. Stop masking the symptoms and actually correcting the cause of the condition, and that's exactly what we specialize in. All of our doctors actually work directly with the nerves to improve the blood flow, recreate that coating around the nerves, and our entire protocol is designed at reversing that condition.
All right, now you've had some great results with your treatments here, and one in particular.
Yeah.
Who is it, Jane?
Yeah, Jane has had amazing results, and we'd love to show that testimonial here. Right, Jane, you originally came in here. You had a walker and a cane because you had back issues.
I did.
You were very concerned that you were going to have a walker the rest of your life. Completely got rid of that.
Yep.
Then you got vertigo.
Yeah.
Completely got rid of that.
I did.
All right, then you got neuropathy, okay?
Yeah.
And your neuropathy was so bad, like I said, you had over 70% loss in your hands, up over 80% loss in one of your feet, all right? And over 20% loss is the diagnosis of neuropathy. So you're way over the limits. You're actually at a level in your feet that a lot of people have canes and walkers, all right, at that level. And so 3 months into the neuropathy protocol, we got that down from over 70% in the hands to 0% loss. So you have 100% sensation in all the tests in your hands. We do 8 different tests, 100% sensation in all those. And then your feet, like I said, you had 71% loss in your left foot, 83% loss in your right foot, and you went down to 9% loss. So completely remove the diagnosis of neuropathy in both your hands and your feet in 90 days, and you lost 30 pounds on top of it.
I know it.
The added bonus at the end, because she's moving around. She's able to be active again, right?
Exactly. You know, I always compliment Jane on her beautiful outfits. Tell her she should take me shopping because she always dresses so well. But Jane, you know, as you can tell,
back pain, vertigo, dizziness, neuropathy, weight loss. I mean, she really had a whole entire life was changed. She thought she was going to be confined, to a walker or a wheelchair and just really be, at a point in her life where she wasn't able to do the regular activities. And now she's playing with her grandkids, enjoying life. She's very, very social, very, very active, living life to the fullest, when she thought that wasn't possible.
Now, but it starts with an examination, and you have a special going on. Tell us about the special.
Exactly. Biggest thing we need to do is come in and get all those tests done. So we actually do 8 different unique tests when everyone comes in to calculate down to the exact percentage of sensory loss. And so you heard in that video I was talking about over 80% sensory loss is when it can become really, really debilitating. That's called stage 4 neuropathy, and that's where a lot of people can't ever get it fully corrected. But as you see, a great testimonial of someone who did get those results. But we need to do all those tests on the front end, see exactly what's going on. Come in our office. We have an amazing special $200 off to get all those initial tests done, have a full consultation, meet with the doctor, so that we come with a whole game plan to really get neuropathy, corrected.
All right, 335 Vero is the number to call. 515 area code 630 South 50th Street in West Des Moines. That's the new location. You need to check this place out. It's absolutely amazing. Dr. Josiah Fitzsimmons, thank you so much for everything you do, making people feel better and getting rid of all that neuropathy pain.
Exactly. Yeah. Come on in so we can help you out.